Welcome. Hello. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. So, you know how I flow? Well, you don't if this is the first time you're here, but if it's not the first time that you're here, then you know how I flow, which is freestylicious. And so, even though I say I know I'm going to do certain kind of things, I am going to do it. I just have no table of contents. So I go in zigzags, the same way I walk, right? You never, I guess, that's like from being put in Brooklyn, right? When you walk through the hood, you walk in zigzags. Never let them know your steps. Never let them know your path. Never let them see where you're going. Right. So, anyways, I did a video yesterday similar to this one. Come craft oracles with me, please. Let this be your motivation, inspiration, lubrication that needs to get your juices flowgasmic too, to do that what you must and want to do, desire to do, are happy to do, joyful to do, because you can and you will embody the energy of alchemy, of scientific strays on this multidimensional stream of come craft with me. We're going to talk about a lot of things, dive in deep. Prior to me hitting record, I wrote something down. And because it got me thinking, like with how people miss the point. Right? It's like, so I wrote, stop looking at how I'm doing it and figure out how you're going to do it. Right? And it's just like that. It's like, that's why, like you got so many people watching, comparing, contrasting, or just taking notes or being inspired by you and pretending not to be, or whatever the case may be. And then because everybody's looking for this credit, you see, but knocking things, like you can't knock anything when everything is all, it's like when you talk about the shadow side and the light, right? The infusion of the whole is the light attributes and the shadow attributes, light and dark. But usually we shun one over the other because it's not fun, especially when you get into the consciousness of light, to hold yourself accountable, be responsible, and to find the consciousness of thought that's not going to leave you wayward or distraught, but yet to be solutionized, filled with motivation, inspiration from inner sight of light, to tend to the shadow that is you too. Lilith is usually looked at, or like demoness, like sorceress, and usually on a negative stream. Yeah, it's the shadow divine feminine of that energy stream that you need to get to know, grow. It's the same thing. This has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with gender. It's about the divinity of the whole that is us. You can't be light and ignore shadow. No buenos. So it's about the unification. It's the same thing with the divine masculine and divine feminine energies that exist within our whole entire being. It's free to see with such awesomeness. So this isn't the latest batch, right? I was excited to take these apart too. These are actually from my daughter, because of course she's been making all this stuff and she has to command and demand with her, Gemini and Tauran way, but with, aquatic settings in every kind of way, because she be bossy for days. but specific color and all this kind of stuff. Because I asked her, you know, when I'm making batches of stuff too, like, where do you get your inspiration from? Especially if you're a mom or a parent. You don't have to be a mom, you could be a father, you know, you're here and stuff like that. But like, I work a lot with children and I love that. Like, you know, they inspire me and stuff like that. I'm not saying my daughter's a small child, she's 21 years old, but but I'm like, what color should I do next? And she's like, pink. I'm like, pink. Which I like because, you know, we get to explore palettes, right, of realms we typically wouldn't pal. Like, I guess light pink, because I was like, I did do a pink because I had did from the other ones, right? These like runes that came out like on top, like kind of like pink. I know you can't really see, but you can go check it out. I'm an enchantress. I haven't updated these on the website, witchyutopian.com, but you can purchase runes on witchyutopian.com because I've always been making runes and just sharing it now. It's always been on my website. And just sharing, because sharing is killing, you know. And so, but she was like, no, like light pink. I'm like, oh, girly pink. That's where you meet the tomboy in me, right? So it's like, some of me now, I come popping out, it's like house clothes, like, you know what I mean? But anyways, these are beautiful. Like, the color here is not giving it justice to these runes because it's like a light bubble pink, like bubblegum pink, and then the rest of the color that she wanted was illuminance. I wanted luminous. So you'll see it later once I upload and take pictures and all that kind of stuff, but it's a luminous pink, and these are already spoken for by my kid, but whatever. So we're working on this, and I have a whole bunch of other stuff I made and stuff, more witches stones, the witches runes and other runes, and another set of runes, but these are with sage, right? So, you know, on the beautiful things, and it's illuminance too, but it's sage illuminance. That's the color. It's really pretty. And on the magical potency that exists within each one of these things for, you know, our own divination and alchemy purposes and stuff like that, and more like dragon's eyes, because Roar is the dragon, one of my favorite spirit animals. I don't have a favorite. I'm sorry, I don't. I love them all the same and stuff like that, but dragon was a majestic being, a seeing, when you allow yourself to see beyond the scope of sight and release with all your might, and just, you know, I associate a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm like, you know, maybe, you know, having been abused had its advantages where you disassociate and you can enter other realms of multi-dimensional existence and be where you're at but not be there. So, and I always associated that with my Piscean moon too, right? But it's just interesting, you know. But going back to that, stop looking at how I'm doing it and figure out how you're doing it. That's not necessarily me and you, but that's just to life too. Stop looking at how somebody else is doing it. Who fucking cares? That's the way they're doing it. But, you know, it's nice to see how someone else is doing it and then get inspired to spark your own sense of doing and stuff like that too. Like, that's cool. Like, you know, that's how things grow and stuff, and how we know. But I posted some pictures of all the ones I was working on with you guys in the other video. When you saw me, of course I tend to do it more effectively when I wasn't chatting away and stopping, and once I hung up on you guys. But yeah, they're like, yeah. So, oh, I have some cards too. I'm fucking freezing, so you're gonna have to give me a second because I have a socks on. I like the circulation of air to keep flowing. So I would take the cold, especially when we're doing stuff like this, because we gotta let it air out. You know what I'm saying? All elements up in here. Make that clear. Clear. Hold on. Hello. I got something for us. A little cone of abundance and prosperity. We don't like this bitch up. So for those of you who be up in here, no matter what brings you up in here, prosperity and abundance. Yeah. That's what's up. Infinite is the way. As we set the intention, be engaged, and be open to receive all the prosperity and abundance. Quantum 5. Bring me love. Somebody pray. I want you all here, okay? Because I don't want my nose. That makes me. My hands are a little bit cold. Okay. Right? Moon gives us a sense of security, how we feel, right? So if you ever feel out of whack, go to your security base. Where in your field does insecurity or instability exist? These are realms. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it describes how sensitive we are and how instinctively we interact with our surroundings, right? You can't talk, you really can't talk building things with people that you see when they're not in the mindset or position to be that supportive role for you that you need. It's like stupid expectancy. God of karma and justice, right? Boundaries, responsibility, restriction, order, time. Saturn is our strict teacher who can use pain as a means to get our attention on what we should focus on and what we should continue to develop. Oftentimes that could be like your isolation too, because you got to drop everyone around you because you're too focused on everything else instead of on doing that which you must. And sometimes you gotta go at it alone, you know? And it's not that it means alone, it's just you'll open up to a whole other, like I'm not alone, even if, oh, well, you're not in a relationship, or you raised your daughter for 21 years, and yeah, you know, let's talk about that too. It's been a hell of a ride, right? Trying to make it and stay alive and go through shit too, right? Go through shit too and be a mother too on top of that, right? I love being a mom. I feel like I got to make up the time I lost with my mom, with my kid. And I wouldn't change that for the world. That was a blessing in disguise. I guess it got shaken out of me when I was so young, that when I would become a mother, my kid is gonna have me around for as long as I can be. And I'm gonna be the best mom that I could possibly be. And it doesn't mean that you don't go through shit. I went through shit. Especially when I was trying to figure stuff out and having my own little crises of career and path and what path do I take? What do you do? There was people that thought I was fucking on drugs because why are you not being stable as you always are? Like, why are you letting this happen to you? right? And it's just like your ground, your world shakes, and it's like, whoa, wake and bake. And it's just like, okay, it's up to me to create, but then you don't know what the fuck to create. You're like, well, I like to do this, and then I like to do this. I'm good at this. Oh, I should expand this. Okay, I'm a scientist. With what credentials? And that's what the world tells you. You got every credential you need, okay? That's just all human fabrications of a lot of things. And although you do need and require discipline and acts to better your skill set, like, fuck yeah, that makes just absolute sense. But people have lost sense and sensibility because everything has become a warped me, shunning everything. And do you hear me? You know? And it's just crazy. You know what I mean? We gotta work at the things that we want to be better at and do. We gotta give the time and the dedication, and we gotta put in the effort. I want to be a good mom. I gotta put in the effort. That takes work. You can't just be a great mom. It is now where I accept that title. I used to hear it all the time. You're such a great mom. But we never feel like great moms, right? We always feel like we're not good enough. And that's just as a parent. If you're a loving parent, whether you're male or female, mom or dad, that's just, you always feel, or you always want. And I'm not talking about the fucking parents that are not good parents. It's just play one on TV. Not those. Talking about the ones that you're not repeating the cycle. You're not abusing your kids. You're not traumatizing them either. And you're really being the breed of example that they need, that you didn't have. And you don't know what that looks like. You don't know what that looks like. So you're making it up. You're making it up. And that shit is rough. It's challenging, especially when you're figuring out life for yourself too. And young. No matter what age you become a parent, you're a young parent, because you know, up until that point in this lifetime, you haven't done that before. But to, you know, it's like years in, you could be a great person, you could be great with kids and all this kind of stuff. But when it comes to raising children, especially your own, that shit changes you. You know that saying when they would say you won't know until you have your own kids. I mean, not ever. Yo, you won't know until you have your own kids. If you're gonna be a good parent. And granted, there are people that can't have children, and some don't want children, and then there's some that can't, you know, like can't and stuff like that. But you can, if you wanted to do other alternative measures and things like that. Like that's if you want to do all of that. Not everybody can do all of that too, you know. So it's like a sensitive subject, you know, for a lot of people. But I'm not gonna step on eggshells talking about a subject that I'm about. I'm a fucking mother. And I'm not gonna walk on eggshells about any motherfucking topic that I want to talk about as being a mother. I'm not being insensitive to anybody's situation. I'm just talking about mine. You know what I mean? And that's a growing up thing too, to do for us, that we have to do. We care too much and we give too much people power, too much power over that which we do and say and think about in every kind of way. Like, excuse me, we're trying to figure out our way. So stop looking at that which I do, stop looking at that which he does, stop looking at what that person does and all this kind of shit. How you gonna do your shit? Let it be all the infinite possibilities, this catalog of life. Oh shit, look at what they're doing. Okay, if you see it, if it comes into your view, does that mean anything to you? Does that inspire you? Do you care, or do you gotta look and critique out there? Look at, he wore green socks today instead of matching his outfit, which was blue. Why he wore green socks for? Mind your fucking business. Why you wore purple socks today? You should figure out that. They colored that picture, but when they colored that picture, they were drunk as a skunk. I colored this picture, but I was sober. Who fucking cares? Both pictures are nice. Do you see what I mean? The focus. Like, the focus is still, oh, that thing got this amount of views, this one got no views, this one got likes, this one didn't get likes, and all this kind of shit. You know how many not likes I don't get? I get. It's like pulling people's teeth. Can you like the shit? You saw it, you watched it, right? It's like, who fucking cares? But we do. That's the truth. We care. That's the shadow attribute, being brought to light. So do you shun it? You shun it because it's an uncomfortable place to be until you figure out this is so pretty. So you figure out so many kind of things. We don't do that on this channel. We get to where we need to get to. And keeping it as real as we can keep it. Right? Yeah. Everything takes time. Like I was saying yesterday. Or whatever I recorded them. Right? When I post, people assume when I post that is that day that I recorded. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. You don't know when I did this. Why is that relevant? Maybe I'm recording so much that now I could just post. And I pick at random. You don't know what day of the week this is unless I say, like when I'm doing new moon shit or full moon, those kind of things. Everything else, you don't know when I recorded that. Like TikToks. I have so many TikToks in my saved. A lot. Over 100. I think. I'm getting there. Figure out your timeline. This recording proves that. You don't know when I recorded this. You know what I'm saying? Time is of your essence. And what you do with that. Yeah. Take a picture. Take a picture. Yeah. That's a good picture. Oh, it's that phone. It's not your business. And then she wanna be a freak. Get it on the beat. That's none of your business. Now who I'm getting skins to? Wait. Finish it. But you know what song I'm talking about. Now who do you think you are putting your cheap 2 cents in? Don't you got nothing to do? Don't worry about my friends. So that's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about all of that. So these are gonna be during lives. I think I'm gonna do lives, something like this. So you can come and do something that you want to do. You can participate in the chats, right? You can ask questions and open up the floorboard. You just gotta keep it respectful. That's all. But yeah, and it's gonna be at random, sporadic times when I can do. And so that's how that's gonna be. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that'll be fun for me. Something new. Because usually live is, I'm sensitive to, you know, and I'm okay with recording and talking to myself. So yeah, we always like to finish product. But do you realize how much work it takes before the product is actually finished? You got so many people worshiping like certain kind of like celebrities with products and stuff like that they don't even fucking make. They don't even know what goes into any of it. They just do photo ops and shops and want to go in that, and then y'all worship that shit. Worship it. There's some, I'm not saying all that care and put in much or whatever into whatever they do, but most of it is just fucking like what can make them the next million. I'm not knocking anything. I think if I ever became a celebrity, I'll still make my stuff. That'll be what I would do. I would make my stuff still. I mean, I'm making it for you, but I'm back to it right now. You gotta wait. Gotta wait a long time, okay? Like, what the fuck? And I only do things when I'm in the mood. So if I'm not in the mood, don't piss me off either, because if I get mad, I don't touch anything. Everything is about alchemy, right? So everything that you get from me is this alchemy. That's the alchemist. So I gotta be like joyful, resourceful. This is energy that we're exchanging here and stuff like that. So I don't touch it or poison nothing. Like I worked on my karma. I ain't poisoning nothing. so it's all good vibes. That's what you get. But I'm not gonna work myself to death. Like when I need a break, I take a damn break. So everybody gotta wait. Yeah. See, everybody agrees. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, like, especially people that make stuff and you're like magical beings and you're talking about like, oh, alchemy, you know that you shouldn't be touching shit or working on shit or doing shit when you're not good. Like that's like poison on poison. So it's okay. That's why, like, when I remember when I wasn't doing the wands and this one chick waited for the wands, and I said I'll give you a refund, all this kind of stuff, but she wanted to do some fly slick shit, Rick, like all this kind of stuff, because she had it in for me anyways from Jump Street. This was all fake shit anyways, right? You want to try to like, you know, sabotage and all this kind of stuff or whatever. But here goes suck a toe, okay? Because I called you on that card real motherfucking quick, and everybody be like, huh? And yeah, block shit, block party, yeah, and full refund too after that slick shit, right? Because we're not gonna be talking shit anyways about my way when I know how I do my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, about that chick. So yeah, she thought wrong. She got stuck out stupid too, and she got put on fucking blast. Like, don't play if you can't even, you don't know how to wipe your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it was like some stupid shit like that. I was like, oh, you thought I was too nice, and you thought I wasn't gonna say nothing. You thought you were gonna play some like pussy willow shit. Like, it don't go like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like honey bunny, like youngin in that department. So I think she is younger than me too. It had nothing to do with the youngin. It was just the immaturity level of your evolution that you even thought wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of shit. She's having another fucking song, fucking humiliate yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, that was just a whole other kind of fucking story. And that was just like a other fucking moon ago. It's not even today. But yeah, people who like to play and they like to play games. So you like up that ante and you be like, all right, listen, witch. So anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, when you're in the energy making business, you gotta honor your energy. That's first rule. Honor your temple. So if mama ain't good, I ain't cooking. I ain't making nothing. And that's a gift. Trust that. Trust me. I've tested this. I've cooked just to see. Let me see if it's gonna taste good. Not even eggs. Eggs came horrible. How do you butcher eggs? You are the poison. You are also the elixir. You are the light. You are the shadow. You are the feminine. You are the masculine. You are the whole motherfucking meal. Okay? You gotta tend to every planet in your holy system. Yeah, choose the honey. So yeah, so if you're not good, I don't want shit from you. Yo, I'd rather wait for your awesome product that you handcraft and do. I'd rather wait till you good. It's the same thing with hair. I don't let nobody touch my hair. The only one that cuts my hair is either me or my daughter. And now I found one person, the one that does my daughter's hair. And I advocate for that person too. I share that person's stuff too. She's like a hair goddess. I see it, I feel it. She loves that what she does. And I love when I meet people that love that which what they do. Because I want that. I want that love. Because that's what I give. That's what I make. That's what I do. Now, other bitches try to play, try to get ivory from people. If I don't like your energy and your vibe and that trickster energy on my thing or whatever, my website is a hobby. So my website is a hobby. Because I love it. Yeah, we love it over there. It's a beautiful place to be. I love everything that I make over there, all the services that we provide. You know what I mean? What do you want to do? Because there's something here that you are here to do. What is it? You don't have to tell me, but write it down. Or know that this question opens up the infinite portal of possibility and potential for you, because knock and the door shall open. Ask and ye shall receive. I'm so cold. I think I need to get a sweater now. Look how cool. They're so pretty. And the lighting, I know this lighting, but wait for the pictures. Wait for the pictures. So pretty. You will see it's so pretty, but this one's for my babies, okay? This one's for my babies. I mean, there's so much love and everything. So the beautiful thing about two of the runes that I was telling you guys is that I got a lot of, when I was making my wands, I was putting this special bleach that I'm not revealing. I don't care. I'm not revealing it. But this beach, all across it, has crystals all over the beach. And so like crystal rocks and pebbles and stuff like that. So I gathered beach, sand, from this mystical beach. There's a lot of history with this mystical beach, and it's a beautiful place, and I don't want to ruin its seclusion. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh my god, overly populated because everybody's going there. It's really not. And so you don't want to ruin that, like, you know what I mean? So I've gone every year since finding this beach, and so I have sand, I have ocean water from here, and I have all the crystals and things like that from there. So anything and everything that I make from Witchy Utopian shop has this mystical beach in its stuff. Like, so anything that it makes, so all these rooms have some of the ocean, some of the sand, some of the crystal stuff, and it's just really dope. Added on top of everything else that is included within the mixture. You know what I mean? So a lot goes into the mixture of these components, and you know, that are beautiful. I like to make beautiful things because I like beautiful things, but I am really cold. So I'll be right back. I'm really cold. Yeah. Hi. That's my plan. I was munching. That's how we munch. These are really beautiful. So these are the runes. In color. Gorgeous. But I gotta clean it all up. So you know that. All of this gets cleaned up, so guys. It's all cleaned up by me. So I don't know, I keep overly emphasizing these last couple of days about like nobody bought your stuff. Nobody needed your service or took your service or booked you or whatever. Would you still even exist? And if no is your answer, then what is the point? What is the purpose? Why do you do what you do then? If that's not you, you know? Ebenezer is not a Scrooge today. Just purse throw. It's like the lock cup, right? It's like, I think of happy baby position, right? Are you open to feel that which is you? You know, being open to receive. But it's like 50-50, you know what I mean? It's gonna be up to you to make do what you gotta do. I never know what's really going on with other people. And I'm working on that because I don't, you know, how can I ask for support and not really know what's going on around people, you know, like whatever. So I try to make an effort to check out and see and stuff. And I do it probably all at once. You know what I mean? To show my leveling of support. That's when, you know, I'll do all my likes and stuff like that. And other than that, I'm really to myself. And amongst those that are, you learn to prioritize those that do the same for you, period. So that number gets smaller, right? It's like, well, I only need to answer like a handful of people now. Okay. Well, none of them, but still, you get what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, those are the people. Those are the people you stop recording. You're recording for. Drop everything for. If they need it. Those are the people that, if something was to come up and they needed it and you got it, you provide it. Because you've learned so much about how you've done all of that. But maybe not all the wrong people, but just the people in your life that at that time, that's who you were doing that for. So don't hold on to it bitterly. Learn from it, grow, you know what I mean? Use your discernment. Discernment is key. And Benny, she's taking a shower. But yeah. So yeah. Crazy. Right. Your root power comes from initiating practical applications, okay, of talents, assets, and resources. You embody the business plan of the zodiac wheel. Your success is assured when you set a definite goal and then practice patience and discipline. Okay, mutability here, right? So this was root power in Capricorn, right? This is mutable, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Piscean energy. Mutable modality represents the end of the season, the power of change. So there's massive change happening right now, transforming, right? Transitioning, building, right? Leo card, right? You can be a Leo rising, Leo sun, right? You don't have to be a Leo, but you can have Leo in your chart. But hold on one second. I'm gonna go spend some time with my kids. Gotta go, because I'm prioritizing. Bye.